But you said something about RFK, that they're going after RFK. Story comes out, Rob. If you can pull up that clip while I'm reading the story, I'll come to you. So Donald Trump refuses to debate RFK, says he is not a serious candidate, okay? And former President Donald Trump, is there a video of this, by the way, that you have? Why don't you just play that clip and then go into the video with RFK that's been going viral the last couple days? Go for it.
Question?
Would you debate RFK Jr.?
RFK, I don't know anything about him. Look, RFK is polling very low.
Never heard of him. David Duke. Right.
Not a serious candidate. They say he hurts Biden. I don't know who he hurts. He might hurt me. I don't know. But he has very low numbers, certainly not numbers that he can debate with. And he's got to get his numbers up a lot higher before he's credible. But the numbers that he's taken away, they say will be against Biden. I don't know. I'm not so sure. It could be a little bit against me, but I don't see him as a factor.
Okay, so then that's his comments yesterday. Yesterday, this clip, Marjorie Taylor Greene, we should be courageously protecting our children from genital mutilation. I have a bill that just does that, Protect Children's Innocence Act, and President Trump protects our kids. This is MAGA War Room. RFK says he's okay with minors receiving sex change surgeries. Play the clip real quick, Rob. It's 40 seconds.
I know this guy.
As a president, to get this nonsense out, to prevent kids under the age of 18, with or without the consent of the father, to transition. You may even say that is an okay policy you're a part of that many families disagree with. One, what's your position on this, and what will you do as a president?
I mean, my position is that people should not be able to have access to those procedures, that minors shouldn't, without parental permission. And, you know, I don't know enough about it, Patrick, to say that it should be completely illegal. For
under 18?
No. Yeah, I just don't know enough. What I'm going to tell you.
Okay, so on the bottom, I want to read. Go on that clip, Rob. Go on the clip, like click on the clip, right. On the bottom, there's a detailed description that says this was 4 months ago and his position has changed in 4 months. And you know how community notes write it? I'll show you which one. I'll text it to you here in a minute. But so thoughts on, you know, Trump saying that, and on the same day, all of these videos trying to show who he's all about is coming out. Is this the way of trying to get him out and, you know, get him to drop out of the race? What do you think is going on with the RFK
If he gets on all the ballots, there is a better chance that Bobby Kennedy Jr.
That's one. If I can read this here, Libs of TikTok. Go below, Rob. That's the one that says, this interview is 4 months old. I don't know what that is. That's community notes. He has since changed his views and no longer supports it, just so you know.
Yeah.
So they put the community
and
notes.
he'll
Go ahead.
And he'll say that. And first of all, he's getting killed for changing his position. That's my point to Adam about grace and the lack thereof. Any smart person should be open to two things, okay? One, being wrong, right? And two, change based on that. But no, not in our culture. He changed his position. That's why these guys and these women hold on to stupid positions just because it's better than the alternative. If he stays in the race and he gets on all 50 ballots, or just really he gets on 35 ballots, you know, the states that matter and matter a little bit less, he will have a bigger role in determining the outcome of the election than anything else.
100%.
So, but is Trump wrong? No. Right now, Trump is not wrong. Where he is polling on all of the national polls and the polls, he does not warrant being on a debate stage. I agree with that. But why? Because we are stuck in a game that is controlled by two parties, and everybody knows you can't get in if you're not on one of those two teams. So he is set up to fail. It is rigged, to use Trump's word. Now, do I like his answer? No. Because if he wants to chase Biden and say, you know, you're afraid of me, he doesn't want to stand next to Bobby, despite Bobby's voice, because he knows he can only lose. And that's why he doesn't want to do it, which is fine. But don't say it's because he's not serious. It's because you know there's no upside for you. That's why you don't want to stand next to the guy. But if he gets on all the ballots, and look, I'm getting a lot of heat. I'm not a Bobby Kennedy Jr. supporter. I've known him a long time. My brother was married to his sister. I don't know that he is qualified to be president. If I had to give an answer, I would say, of course, he is not, because he has never done anything like what that job is. But if he's in and getting support, how do I justify not having him on? Well, you don't have Jill Stein on. Well, that's because she has nowhere near the resonance that he does.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about Bobby. You shouldn't have him on. He's not relevant. That's just demonstrably false. So why are they chasing me? Because they are threatened by him. And the media is doing a lot of the work for them on that.
Chris, percentage-wise, what are the odds of him getting on all 50? Like, if you had to guess.
On the ballots, if you ask Bobby, 100% that he gets on.
Yeah.
Me, I say at best 50-50.
Okay.
Why? Because, again, and someday I'll be dead, but someday people will say, you know, that Chooch was right about this. The parties control the election process, not in the Constitution, not by law, by tradition. But all the players are in the parties, so they're okay with allowing them to have an artificial influence. You can't get on the ballot when I have a team of lawyers up your hiney like a hemorrhoid, challenging every signature, dragging you into court again and again. And that's what I don't know the effect of. Like, how effective will they be in keeping him off ballots that he is not on now?
I would say that he is the most, I think Donald Trump is dead wrong on this with respect to President Trump. I think he is the most viable third-party candidate we've seen
since Perot.
Who got specifically, 19%, 20%?
Determined the election.
In 92.
Won the election.
He single-handedly gave Bill Clinton a landslide. I think the Electoral College, because not the popular vote, it's the Electoral College that counts 370. You need 270 to win. 370 to 168 blowout. That's winning by like 30 points in an NBA game. He blew out the incumbent George H.W. Bush. Unbelievable. He got 0 electoral votes. I think it was the first viable third-party candidate since 1912, Woodrow Wilson. He's polling at 10 to 15%. 19% swung the election in the Democratic fashion. If you poll right now, since Joe Biden's State of the Union, when he was yelling at everybody, and the Supreme Court justices basically
hopped up on steroids,
kind of were like, yeah, we're not playing this game. The approval, if you look at the polls, Trump was up 5%, especially in swing states. It's a dead heat at this point, and it will remain a dead heat.
It's a dead heat.
Because every election.
A third party
but when you throw in
generally,
RFK,
then
Trump goes from, no. Trump goes from +2 to -2. He's pulling more, pulling more from Trump supporters than Biden supporters.
That's the reality. This is one poll. They just had the key states polls 2 weeks ago, and the opposite was true. What does that tell you?
Polls don't work.
You have a very thin, they're snapshots of a moment at best.
Yeah.
A third-party candidate, traditionally, historically, works against the incumbent. Why? Because they are an other. We want different than them. So it should work against Biden. What complicates the analysis here is that some of Bobby's strength plays to Trump's base. Right. So it's a little bit of a confused picture. That's why they're both starting to come after him. Donald Trump has no reason to take that question. Would you debate Bobby Kennedy? All he had to do was this. Next.
Yeah. Whatever.
That's all he had to do.
Can we at least agree Trump and Biden want Kennedy out of this thing?
Yeah, I mean,
of course.
Unless
we can
one
agree
of them
differently.
knows
We can agree differently.
that he helps him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody were to show a stack of paper to the former president that he believed that this is good for you having this guy, he'd be talking about Bobby Kennedy every 5 minutes.
He's got a good point because neither side wants him in. Both of them want him out. Like, if you knew it's going to favor you, you're going to be like, no, he should have a place in their station. You know, this is America and a democracy, and if the voters want him, neither side is saying that, which means none of them want him.
So, Pat, if he
both thinks he's going to hurt them.
So if if he doesn't run and he's done, where are those would-be Kennedy voters going? That's my question. Are they going to Biden or are they going to Trump?
No, they're going to Trump. There's no question about it.
Because I don't even know how it's that close. Just the general election.
So VP, right? The VP discussion right now. Well, it's going to be Tim Scott because he's going to be able to bring the black vote and oh, it's going to be Christine. Well, no, she doesn't like dogs, so she's out. No, it's going to be it's going to be Byron Donalds. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. It's going to be Vivek. It's going to be DeSantis. It's going to be Rubio. It's going to be
Tulsi. Everybody.
Okay, so if you look at even North Dakota and South Dakota, Both of them are in the game. Like, who would have ever thought that there's VP? Look at this. Look, go back to what you just showed.
Doug Burnham.
Doug Burnham is now number 2
That's my guy.
for VP, right?
Let's get him, Doug.
Come on, Dougie.
Now, the reason why here, if Trump is seeing Kennedy as a concern, there's only one person that fixes that on that list, and it's Tulsi.
Yeah.
Only one.
Yeah.
If RFK is the votes you want, only one of these guys gets the RFK vote. Now, Chris thinks Haley would be a good selection because, and again, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You can correct me here, because and I think we talked about this last time.
Might have,
Yeah, Chris suggested maybe Haley could be a good choice strategically. That would piss off MAGA. But I think Tulsi is RFK. And remember, RFK considered Tulsi as a VP. Story came out, and Tulsi said no. Probably, for whatever reason.
She told me on my show she would serve with Trump.
Nice.
She would serve with Trump. Yes, she would serve with Trump. Yeah.
If not VP, what do you think she'd be on the cabinet?
Well,
No, she was talking about as VP.
As VP.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the main thing is him. It's so weird, in my opinion, and I'm not a political strategist or anything like that. I'm just a business guy that's thinking about it from the strategy standpoint. This isn't about you beating Biden in 2024. This is about you winning independent and libertarian voters. Mm-hmm. Tim Scott's not going to get you that. None of these guys are going to get you that. There's only one candidate on that list that's going to get you that.
Tulsi.
Only. If the question is only qualified if you believe you're not going up against Biden, you're going up against the independent voters that you need. That RFK says it's the biggest ever voter block, 43%. There's only 1% that's going to bring that for you. It's Tulsi. My opinion.
I'm still shocked. Does it shock you guys, though, that still 46% are voting for Biden? As if something positive has happened in the past 3.5. And I get there's loyalty to party, Chris, which I don't believe that there are parties. I believe it's a uniparty. They're all on the same team. They have us thinking that it's like wrestling. When you watch a wrestling match, they're beating the shit out of each other. Backstage, they're kissing each other's asses and eating dinners with each other.
There is a game, but they are voting for Biden for one reason more than anything.
Not Trump.
Absolutely.
That's so stupid, though.
Except, but you want to hear, look, how stupid is all of it, though, Vinny? What would you have ever bet? Your act, as good as it is, if I were like, hey, I got a great joke for you, that we're going to do a joke that you would vote for a guy even if he were convicted of major crimes. Oh, no, let's keep it in the realm. We are living a reality right now that is such crazy sauce that people will tell you they'll vote for Trump no matter what he does. He could pull a Kristi Noem. He could start walking around blowing away puppies, like they were terrorists.
People will still vote for him.
Still
shooting people on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah. That's right.
But
still vote for him. What does that tell you? That we are really in the depths of a crazy situation.
I agree.
I want to go to our sponsor because Minnect is on fire. And let me give you guys some statistic here. It's very, very important, guys, for you to know this. Guy sends me a message today. I won't give you his name, but I'll tell you the question he asked me. Hey, Patrick, life-changing content, et cetera, et cetera. Anyways, I've become burned out with my life. I'm a structural engineer. I'm starting to have panic attacks and constant anxiety. And I'm thinking about going across country and living abroad. I don't want to live in America right now. And he's sending me a message. Guy does very well for himself. Makes a few $100,000 a year. Doesn't know who to get in contact with. Sometimes these types of questions you can't ask your relatives, you can't ask your family, you can't ask your siblings because they're going to sit there and say, wait, you're going through tough times? Do you know a cold response, Vinny, on email, what percentage of cold email you send to somebody, what percentage of the time people respond? 1%. Do you know on Instagram, it's 3%. Twitter is 3 to 5%. LinkedIn is 8 to 12%. You know what a cold response on Minnect is right now? 91%. And you know what's even better than the 91%? Over 50% of the time, you will get the answer to your question within 24 hours. Why is that important? Because anybody that I want to get a hold of, I don't have a problem saying, hey, man, I value your time. Here's $200. What do you think about this? I'm thinking about raising money on this. Hey, here's $50. I'm going through this issue right now. What do you think about this? Hey, I'm trying to raise some money. What are some 5 things you can tell me about doing this? Hey, my wife and I are going through some challenges. Hey, we're trying to put our kids into private school. school. What do you think about this? Hey, I'm thinking about leaving my job to start a business. What do you think about this? Minnect has become the top networking app where people get back to you promptly. And the reason why they do is because you show respect for their time by simply saying, hey, I'm willing to pay for a speedy response. By the way, go ahead and Minnect Cuomo on anything he said today you disagree with. Go to Minnect him. Ask him a question. See what kind of answers he gets. The audience loves Cuomo's answers. That's his QR code. Go to his QR code. Ask him a question. Go have a conversation with Vinny or Adam or Sauce and see what kind of response they're giving you. By the way, on top of that, Tulsi Gabbard just crossed 100 Minnects.
Awesome.
And she's responding on Minnects. We even ran a contest right now with Minnect that we're going to be having dinner together here in South Florida at Casa D'Angelo. And then afterwards, we're going to go to the cigar lounge. And here's what the Leaders Bulletin right now looks like. All you have to do is go to Minnect.com. Rob, if you can go to Minnect.com, just click on the logo, Rob. Just click on, there you go. You go to Minnect.com on the top left, click on the Leaders Bulletin. Then when you go there, you can see the video to explain the contest. But if you go below, there's different categories. That's the lightweight right now. At the top is Tulsi. Then it's Brandon Davis. Then it's, I can't read it if you can zoom in. What's that name? Santino Testani, okay, at third place. Wow, look at Joanne Gavilan is right behind Santino, 73, and then Gary Wood, 66. Then go to the middleweight, Rob, if you want to go to the middleweight. Middleweight, we have Fernando still at the top with 69. Then you got Parsa, he's about to pass him up, 68. Then you got Michael Mara and Tomo, the rest of the camp. Then if you can go on the right side, Rob, you're even there. Is that Rob Gargullo at the 10th spot?
The 10th spot middleweight.
Rob is getting Minnect. Freaking sick.
Okay,
All right, so then we have the heavyweights.
Krishan.
Dustin, boom, 204. Calvin G, 109. Chris, third, 59. Krishan, 48. Then Dennis, Ben Pappas, Aaron Mon. And then we got Sapula, or Mario. And I go to home team. Vinny's just dominating everybody. 497, 304, 252. Adams one away from 100, 99. Then go to the bottom for people asking the most questions. You got Eddie at the, he's asking 90. This is a brand new person using Minnect. 93 questions. Terry Hall, 92. Manuel Lopez, 88. Eric, 76 questions being asked. And then go to the right. People that have been on Minnect before. Dustin's asked 229. Wow, Sarujan got 219, Ozzy 197, and then you got the rest of the folks. So go use the app, start Minnecting today, get the answer to your questions. I've learned from a long time ago at 23, 24, 25 years old, I am willing to pay to get the answers now because the right answer to a question I have today, not 6 months from now, not a year from now, not 2 years from now, from the right qualified person can change my life and save me years of headaches. Anyways, download the app, start Minnecting today.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.